We've got 10 more bottles that we think are worth more than their MSRP. Hi, I'm Laura, this is Troy, we're Baker Drinks, and we've got 10 more bottles that we think are worth more than the MSRP. We've done this video before, and you know what? There's more of them.
It's always more.
Always more. And this is not us saying that we think people should pay more for their whiskey. We're not advocating for prices going up. We just think that these bottles drink above their price point.
They're punching up.
They're punching up. I like it.
They're good values for the MSRP.
Yeah, so let's get into it. First bottle, we've got the JTS Brown. This is bottled in bond, 100 proof, delicious tasting. It's $20. Great value, tastes great. I'm always happy if this is in the glass. I don't necessarily get what you get out of really fancy bottles, but it's satisfying. It definitely drinks more like $40 than $20.
And I've got the Evan Williams 1783. This is specifically the Heroes Edition, coming in at 90 proof. Both of these bottles are out of Heaven Hill. Both of them are fantastic, great drinkers at that $20 price point. And you know, like Laura said, you don't get like the experience you would get out of a $40 bottle, but flavor-wise, I think these both are rivaling a lot of $40 bottles. Just excellent value, $20. They're crushable. Heaven Hill's doing great things in the budget bourbon window.
Next, I've got a $40 bottle that I think is worth more than that, and that's a Wheelhorse. This is specifically a single barrel selection by Whiskey Row, and it is fantastic. We have said it multiple times. People have picked up this bottle from them after our review, and they've been happy about it. This is fantastic. It is only 4 years old, but the flavor is so good. It's one of the fruitiest whiskeys that I have ever had, and I love that flavor profile.
It's like 120 proof-ish, 118 point something. It don't drink that hot. It's very, very approachable, even for a beginner.
Yeah, and like we said, it's only $40, but I would put this up with $60 whiskeys, no problem.
It would beat a lot of $60 whiskeys.
Probably would.
Okay, next on our list, this is a new one. It's out of Lux Row. It's the Rebel Small Batch Reserve. I don't know if it's true or not, but I read it online, so it must be true, because everything on the internet is the absolute truth, right?
Obviously. You know, we never say anything wrong, ever.
Right. But supposedly Lux Row formerly sourced their whiskeys from Heaven Hill. This being a weeded mash bill, it's rumored to be the same line as the old Fitzgerald. Since they were purchased or acquired by MGP, Ross and Squibb, whatever you want to call them, I'm assuming their sourcing is going to come out of there. So all of the remaining stock that wasn't old enough to be bottled yet as the Rebel 10-year went into this. So this is just young, 4 to 6 year old Fitzgerald, basically. 110 proof, $30. It is a fantastic whiskey, and I would say this competes well against $50 to $60 whiskeys all day long.
Well, I mean, there's honestly not that many $30 bottles that have a good proof point. 110 is kind of our ideal a lot of times. So that alone gives it a step up.
Yes. If you can find it, grab it, back it up.
And I've got another pick. This one's selected by Ian Sturzman. So he obviously knows his product. He's the master distiller. So this one is a $50 bottle, but it drinks well up there with $70 bottles, no problem. It's delicious. We've seen these around quite a bit. I don't know if they're available everywhere, but I assume it is. I mean, Remus is a huge brand. So if you see one of these picked specifically by Ian Sturzman, you know it's going to be good, and we think it drinks above its price point.
Yeah, that's a great one. I would say even a pick by someone who's got a palate you trust, local store or something that does good picks.
Yeah, I mean, $50.
Ian Sturzman's a
Great
bonus. All right, you heard us talk about this bottle a little bit on our last video, being one of those bangers on the shelf that people seem to sleep on. And again, it's on this list because it deserves to be here. It's the Old Pepper Distillery. It's a single barrel rye. This is a $40 bottle. When we tasted this blind, 2 of the 3 of us thought it was a $70 bourbon.
I put it up there at that price point. I said it was rye, but...
Yeah, I mean, people, even since we posted that video, I've had multiple people comment and say they walk past this bottle all the time, and they just put it on their short list. So I stand by that. It drinks like a $70 whiskey, coming in at $40. Old Pepper Distillery, single barrel rye. This is cask strength, and I believe it is
5 years old.
5 years old. I think the one we tasted was 4 years old.
Both delicious.
Yeah, fantastic. Pick it up.
And along the same line as that, lots of people have heard of that. This is the James E. Pepper barrel proof decanter bottle. Lots of people have been loving on it. It's a $60 bourbon, and it looks and tastes like an $80 bourbon. This thing is fantastic. I believe they're batches, so some can be better than others, but we've only had this one and nothing but great things to say.
We're always thinking it's allocated and much more expensive than what it is when we're drinking it blind.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good. Got nothing else to say. It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good. It's good. It's good. So next up is this tiny little brand out of Kentucky from Jim Beam, Knob Creek.
May have never heard of them.
Specifically the single barrels, and this is a pick. It's actually a pick from a good friend of ours, Sean over at Echoes and Eternity Bourbon, but it don't necessarily have to be from him. These Knob Creek picks at 120 proof, coming in at like $60, $65 maybe, are so stinking good. I would put this in the $80 whiskey range if I was to drink this blind. This one specifically might be even a little higher than that. This is a very, very good pick.
It is really good.
I don't know if it's sold out or not yet. You should hit Sean up if you're interested. But this one right here is probably like a $90, $100 tasting bourbon, coming in at like $60, $65. But you just cannot go wrong with a Knob Creek single barrel 120 proofer. They're all fantastic. Mm-hmm. We've got 2 more of them right over there on the shelf and one on the kill table behind us. We obviously like the brand. It's a great value at $60.
Mm-hmm. And, sticking along with that, we've got another pick, but this is the Hard Truth, the Sweet Mash Rye. This one specifically was from Barrels for Hope, but I just think that their Sweet Mash Rye tastes so good and is so unique that it makes you think that it's something really special and very expensive. This one is higher on the price point compared to other ones. I think it's like $70, $75. This one's 126 proof. Delicious flavor. Again, just not like a rye like a typical rye. This is very unique and fruity and bright.
Yeah, and not to take the thunder away from Laura here, do a little YouTube searching. You'll see every channel out there is gaga over this brand. This is extremely young. Is that like 3 years old?
I want to say it's less than 3 years old. Let's see. It's just under 3 years old. It's 2 years and 11 months.
So a $75 whiskey drinking like a $100 whiskey at under 3 years. Can you imagine what this is going to be like in 3 more years? It's going to be the best stuff out there.
It's just insane.
And don't take our word for it. Go taste it. Watch some other reviews. There's dozens of them out there from big YouTube channels. This stuff is legit and it's really, really good. And it's very worth that $75. So last on the list, this is another sourced whiskey. It's a single barrel. It's coming out of Indiana. It's the Tumbling Dice. This is a 6-year-old bourbon, cask strength. I believe MGP. It says Indiana. And most of the Indiana sourced whiskey is MGP, but there's some other Indiana stuff out there, so I don't want to assume. Honestly, it don't taste a lot like MGP to me. Something that they're doing when they bottle this as Tumbling Dice puts just a wow factor into it that's hard to explain. And that's what draws us to this. It's just so good. This is like a $60 bottle in our area as a single barrel. And I would say it drinks easily like an $80 to $90 bottle. It's just a great value. And that's kind of the theme of this whole thing. We had a lot of single barrels, a couple small batches, and even one that was just a mass-produced legacy bottle with the JTS Brown. But they're all great values for the money. And in today's economy, that's what we're looking for.
Heck yeah, we are.
we want to make sure that the money we spend on a whiskey is going to bring us home something that tastes fantastic and maybe even a little special. And I think that all of these check that box. At least they do for me.
Yeah. I mean, luckily we have been able to taste lots of whiskeys to kind of get the idea of what is worth its money. And I definitely think all of these are well worth their price. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know if you agree or if you disagree or what you're drinking that drinks above its price point. We'll see you again soon. Cheers.
I feel like you're taller than
I'm not taller than you. I'm just sitting up. I'm just not like super short like you pretend I am.
You just got a long upper body.
Less so than a lot of people in my family. My family's known for big upper bodies and real short legs.
This is going to be fun to chop out of here.
Yeah. That's how we get going. You got to get feeling good.